Many centuries ago, Afghanistan was a Buddhist hub. Among the chief settlements was Mes Aynak. Experts have uncovered monasteries, fortresses, statues, and coins from this site. It's hard to put a value on them, but the Taliban is doing exactly that. Burdened by Western sanctions, the new regime is on the hunt for revenue. Their target? Mes Aynak. Chinese companies are set to mine the settlement for copper. How will this affect the age-old cultural heritage? Let's find out.
Today, it looks like an abandoned ghost town. Scaffolding all around, statues cut in half, and roofs ready to collapse. But centuries back, it was thriving. The settlement of Mes Aynak was one of the most important stops on the ancient Silk Route. Its main revenue? The copper trade. Mes Aynak is a cultural cocktail. It dates back 1,000 to 2,000 years. You will find expressions of both Indian and Hellenic culture here. Most of the findings date mainly from the 2nd to 9th century. But some are from the Bronze Age, even before the birth of Buddhism. In the modern era, Mes Aynak became a forgotten city. Afghanistan's very own El Dorado. But in the 1960s, it surfaced again. Mes Aynak was rediscovered by a French geologist. The whole world was intrigued by it. They compared it to Pompeii and Machu Picchu. But Afghanistan's endless wars throttled any hope of conservation. Even today, Mes Aynak sits on a pot of wealth. An immense deposit of copper spread across almost 1,000 hectares. Where there is treasure, treasure hunters are never far away. For Mes Aynak, it was China. In 2007, a Chinese consortium struck a deal with the Afghan government. A 30-year contract for $3 billion. But the project never took off. 15 years later, there is still no mine in Mes Aynak. A combination of cultural and security reasons derailed it, but the Taliban are eager to revive it. Western sanctions have crippled Afghanistan's economy. The new regime is eager for funds. Their target? The ancient ruins of Mes Aynak and the copper deposits below. The Taliban hope to earn $300 million from the project every year. That's nearly 60% of the state budget. Just one problem. A mine would spell disaster for the ancient relics here.
If the copper extraction starts, the mining will damage the archaeological site. As mining is not a delicate work, they will need to blast to get to the material they want to extract. And the explosions are very heavy, so they could damage the stupas and statues.
The Taliban vehemently deny this. They say the regime is committed to protecting Afghan culture, including the remnants of Buddhism.
The current policy of the Islamic Emirate, along with the policy of the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum and the Ministry of Information and Culture, is to provide the best protection so that no monuments related to the Buddhist era go to waste.
Strong rhetoric, but hard to believe. The world remembers the Taliban's cultural genocide in the late 90s and 2000s. Case in point, the Bamiyan Buddhas. The Taliban blew up the supersized statues dating back to the 6th century. So these claims of conservation are hard to believe. The Chinese don't prefer underground mining in Mes Aynak. They are pushing for an open pit. If that happens, the ruins could be swallowed, buried under mountains of sand. For now, technical delays are all that's stopping the project. The Taliban want China to use local labor. Also, build a power plant and railway line as part of the 2007 agreement. China is wary of these demands, especially considering the current security situation. For now, archaeologists are cheering this delay. There is no work at the site, but the hope is to resume excavation before a mine is set up.
We want UNESCO or the countries that are supporting or helping us to cooperate with us here to move some of the monuments.
Mes Aynak could be the start of a mining spree. Afghanistan is sitting on a pile of precious minerals, their total worth more than $1 trillion. Mining them is an attractive prospect for the Taliban. But at what cost? Is the Taliban prepared to handle the environmental fallout, or health issues, or the loss of cultural sites? Mindless mining may fill the Taliban's coffers, but it will also destroy the country's rich heritage. South Asia Bureau, WION. World is One.